The lack of electricity and damaged infrastructure is hampering rebuilding efforts in flood-affected areas in KwaZulu-Natal. eNCA senior reporter Sphamandla Goge is in the province and brings us the latest. Sphamandla, very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So, how's Eskom infrastructure in KZN following the floods?
Well, authorities have tried all they could to revive and repair the infrastructure, of course, together with Eskom, but it will take time. Remember, a number of cables and poles were destroyed during the floods, so it's been a very difficult period for Eskom in KwaZulu-Natal and the people of KwaZulu-Natal in general, whether you are talking about consumers or you are talking about businesses. All of them need electricity to operate. If you do not have electricity, you can't operate. So for almost a month now, other areas have been struggling. Yes, if you go to the metro, the only metro in the province, which is eThekwini, they have been able to repair some of the damaged infrastructure, but in some districts and parts of the province, there are still some challenges. Even in eThekwini, you would find that there are still some challenges there, because for you to repair the damaged infrastructure, you need electricity to do that, and it doesn't help with load shedding, but also cable theft and all the challenges that Eskom is facing currently. So it's been a very difficult period in the province, but the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal is hopeful that things will improve in the province, and Eskom, together with provincial authorities, are working hard to try and ensure that they fix the infrastructure that has been damaged. Let's take a listen to Sihle Zigalala.
Industries continues to complain, and it is something serious. We as government have industrial parks and we have special economic zones. In those areas where they don't have companies that have their own intervention mechanisms, we are struggling. And a number of companies would say, if we are unable to work for an hour, we lose millions. And therefore, it undermines economic growth in a serious way in all sectors of the economy. But more so because KwaZulu-Natal, we are positioning ourselves as a hub for manufacturing. And for manufacturing, you need uninterrupted provision of energy as well as water. And therefore, load shedding is hampering the potential of growing the economy.
So, Sphamandla, how long do you think, or what are you hearing in terms of how long it'll take to actually get that infrastructure up and running, Eskom infrastructure, electricity infrastructure, and also, you know, what impact is it having on businesses and just normal, ordinary consumers?
Well, there is no clear answer. You know, Eskom would tell you that they are doing all they can. The municipalities will tell you that they are working hard to fix the infrastructure. But at the end of the day, remember, you are dealing with one of the worst crisis situations in South Africa. These floods were very devastating. You have lost more than 400 lives. You know, the cost to the economy is severe. Infrastructure is damaged. And also, remember, you are not only trying to fix Eskom infrastructure here, or electricity infrastructure, let's put it like that, because you still need to fix the bridges, the roads. For you to get to certain areas to fix the electricity infrastructure, you need to start by fixing the roads, the bridges. So it will take time, simply because you are not dealing with electricity infrastructure, but you are dealing with another infrastructure or other infrastructure in terms of roads and bridges here. But eThekwini Deputy Mayor, that is Philani Mavundla, is hopeful that they will be able to deal with the situation. Remember, eThekwini was the hardest hit because it's the only metro in the province. It's the economic hub. In terms of the number of people that have died, the bigger chunk is in eThekwini, and also big business and industry is located in eThekwini. Consumers have been complaining, businesses have been complaining. Let's take a listen to Mr. Mavundla.
I will say, in terms of electricity, all areas are connected. However, we are still having more problems in terms of downtime and so on than what we normally have. And we understand it because most of our cables are full of water and all that. Some of them are running on the surface. and we're having people stealing that as well. So basically, it's not at a level where we can say we are 100% happy, but it's been relatively installed. We haven't had load shedding at eThekwini since we had the floods. We were exempted. We hope that we stay that way for the next 5 months.
Well, Sphamandla, it's going to take a while, this rebuilding process. Thank you so much for your reporting as always.